Henry, thank you for doing this. First question, what actually makes you want to come and mentor people at the Kick It Out conference?
I was purely selfish on my part because I come here to realise how much good talent's coming through and how much harder I've got to work, so I'm going to get kicked out from my job. I think it's just important. I remember how I started out, and one or two people I can remember, I won't name, weren't particularly helpful to me when I was starting out about 400 or 500 years ago, and I just thought, well, we've got to help people, we've got to help the next generation. So yeah, also Troy Townsend's very persuasive and doesn't take no for an answer.
How important do you think it is that a movement like Kick It Out with a solid moral foundation has moved on from campaigning to helping young people?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question. I just think that it's important that Kick It Out, it has a very broad brief, and part of the brief is helping young people get into all areas of football, not just journalism, but their coaches here, their players here. I think that's brilliant what they're doing. I think it's great that it's under the Kick It Out banner. The Premier League's involved in it as well. I mean, Kick It Out ultimately is a campaigning organisation. They're fighting against homophobia, misogyny, racism, and that is 99% of their work. With something like this, giving kids a chance in football, I think it's good as well.
How has crowd behaviour on issues like racism and homophobia changed in the last 20 years?
It's definitely improved. CCTV, banning orders, and elements of self-policing amongst supporters, more enlightened supporters organisations like the Football Supporters Federation have all made a difference. I would say also, from my side of the fence, I think the media is far less tolerant of the abuse that occasionally gets heard now. It was far more prevalent when I was starting out. And I can remember John Barnes going to matches at Goodison and having bananas thrown at him. It would be front page news. There would be utter outrage if that happened now. So I would say things have improved, and I would say the media have helped to an extent. But ultimately, we're just reflecting the fact that there was a sea change amongst many fans.
When you hear the kind of songs that are still being sung in Glasgow football, do you wonder if it's a separate country compared to the progress in England?
I mean, Scotland's a brilliant country. I mean, I was at university up there, and I played non-league up there, and I spent a lot of time in Glasgow. I think when you hear some of the songs up there, also, sadly, still one or two down here. You can go to Chelsea games and hear one or two sounds you don't want to hear. It should be eradicated. I understand in Glasgow it's far more deep-rooted, understand the sort of religious and the historical elements to it. But I think there are enlightened people at both clubs who are trying to address it. But they're dealing with years of history.
Do you have great hopes or great fears about the Russia World Cup in terms of racism and hooliganism?
I think even if there's no racism or hooliganism, that doesn't mean that Russia is a pure country. I just think it means that Putin would have pulled off the dogs in terms of no hoolies, and Putin would have made sure that the fans behave themselves. I think the true test of football in Russia will come in 6 months' time, not for a month when everyone's on their best behaviour and the cameras of the world are on them. Having said that, anyone with any understanding of Russian political history will know the issue has been very much at the top of the political food chain. Whereas in fact, the majority of Russian people that I've met going to matches travelling to Russia for the last 40 years, from a kid to now, I find the Russian people, pretty, no one can have that extraordinary culture, have that concept of family values that the Russian people have, rather than the sort of the political class at the top. So I don't think it's right to write off a whole country just because we don't like Putin.
Who's going to win the World Cup?
Well, I would love to say England, but it won't be. I was in I was in Brazil, and I really wanted the Brazilians to win it, because Brazil and football in the World Cup is special. I hope it's Brazil. I hope Neymar has some element of redemption after what happened to him last time with the injury. But look, Germans are Germans. They will be incredibly strong. They've got good young players, they've got a brilliant coach, they've got togetherness, and they can take penalties.